It's a beautiful Friday, a blessed one indeed. We are with you right here on Africa USA Radio. The name of the show is Living Precepts. As you know, every Friday, I always have a pleasure and a privilege of bringing you great, amazing artists from Zanzibar, from around the world, from US, from UK. And today, I happen to have one of those great artists that we have right here on Mzanze. He goes by the name of Sikhumbuzo Praise. I just love that praise, part at the end. His
Thank you
name
so
is
much.
Sikhumbuzo Praise. And we're going to be chatting with him to get to know him better. We're going to just have just an up close and personal kind of chat with him for those of you who don't know him so that you can get introduced to him and his music. Let me just bring him in to welcome him right here on Africa USA Radio. Hi, my brother Sikhumbuzo Praise. How are you
Oh,
today?
I'm good, Naomi. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Yeah, one is feeling good. The weather is lovely. So yeah, thank
Yeah.
God for this opportunity. I'm excited to be here on the show, honestly.
I'm
Thank you for
I'm
having
also excited. I'm also excited. I've been looking forward to this interview since I saw your work that you sent me, and coincidentally, you wanted to go somewhere else, but God brought you this way. you know, for some
you know
reason,
what God is
I'm not.
amazing, is able,
Yeah,
right?
God is amazing. When the Bible
Yeah.
says God orders our steps, so I believe that is the same thing in your case.
Mhm.
You were heading to another direction. You wanted, to go to a certain platform. Then God said, that, hey, there's another one right here. Here's a, another platform which is also more relevant to your ministry and what you're doing. And this is your first time also on Africa USA Radio. How are you feeling? How do you feel to be on this platform for the very first time, Sikhumbuzo?
I'm feeling, I'm so excited. I'm feeling so happy, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I'm in a good space emotionally and mentally,
Mm.
and it's overwhelming. It feels so good. You know, there's no place like home. It's a lovely feeling. So
Awesome.
I'm feeling, I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't wanna
Yeah.
lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling so positive about everything. And yeah,
Mm.
I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed about what God is doing right now. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited just by speaking
Mm.
to you guys. Oh, yeah, so I'm excited about that. So I'm
We are more
feeling good.
Yeah, we are more privileged. We are more pleased that you could join us today so that we can get to know you better and
Thank
what
you.
God is doing in your life. And I see your name is Sikhumbuzo Praise. I'm fascinated by that part where you call yourself Praise, and I want us to, I want you to tell us a bit of why Sikhumbuzo Praise. You could have just said Sikhumbuzo and then you put your surname there. But I see you are branding yourself as Sikhumbuzo Praise. Why that particular name? Why that particular name that you have chosen to be called Sikhumbuzo Praise? Is there any reason behind it?
Um, one can relate to the to the to the name praise. I'll explain what do I mean about that. I'm all about praising God.
Mm,
Anything that I do right now, it has to do with God and my music ministration. So the name
mm,
praise, it speaks to my situation right now, and it's so relevant. So I decided, because my real name, it's Sikumbuzo, by the way. It's actually my real name. So I used to call
okay.
myself Sikumbuzo Kumalo. So for the past few months, I just decided, to rebrand myself. So I had to be
Mm,
creative. So I thought of the name that was going to speak to my situation right now. That was going to be so relevant. So so the name Praise, so it came to my headspace. So I decided to call myself Sikhumbuzo Praise, So yeah,
Mm,
so
mm, mm.
that's really my stage name right now, Sikhumbuzo Praise. And yeah, the response has been amazing. I'm loving it. I think it feels so good.
Mm. Yes, yes,
And
it's
yeah,
speaking to
so
you. The name praise is speaking to
it's,
you.
it speaks to my soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can feel it
yeah,
right now. So I think it's yeah. So I'm actually
right.
happy about the transition. Also, it has to do with taking my brain to another level. Growing as an
Okay.
artist as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
So that name it speaks to my soul already. Yeah.
Mm. And you say your surname is Kumalo,
Yes, my
right?
surname
Is
is
it Kumalo?
Sekumalo. Yes, yeah.
Okay, Sikuma. So now you change your name from Sinkumbuzo Kumalo to Praise, and the way you are saying it sounds like it's something that happened recently, right? It's not long that you've changed the name to
Yeah, it's
Praise.
it's it's actually a new thing. Yeah, I think I did it this year deliberately because I remember last
Okay.
year I used to call myself Sikumbuzo Kumalo. Like for the past
Mm,
quite a few years. So yeah, earlier this year I said let me just be intentional. Yeah, so I worked
mm,
on it and I came up with this name and yeah, so far so good. So yeah, so this is like
mm,
a new name for me and yeah, so I'm still
mm.
getting used to it. It's a struggle. So yeah, but one is getting used to it. But I'm excited about this
Why, why,
change.
why is it a struggle though? Because you say the name speaks to you. You just mentioned it speaks to your situation. It talks to you. So I don't know why is it now a struggle that to get used to it, or maybe you were still attached to Kumalo
I was
before.
about
That's why.
yes, the emotional attachment. I was still attached to the previous
Mm,
name. Like I said,
yeah,
Sikumbuzo Kumalo. Now I had to
yeah.
change the whole thing, calling myself Sikumbuzo Praise. So yeah.
Mm,
But
mhm.
now I'm very comfortable about it. Like I said,
Okay.
uh, yeah, I'm really excited about this change. Change is very painful. Change is very
Change,
uncomfortable.
yeah,
But yeah,
but
but
it's good.
one is getting
Yeah.
used to it. I think right now I'm more comfortable with the name Sikumbuzo Praise, and
Mm,
yeah,
mhm.
so yeah, so I
And
mean,
I believe that there must be a story behind that. Like you said, that in this season, the name you feel is more relevant. It speaks to you. But I'm interested. I'm curious about the story behind the
okay,
name.
this praise,
So,
okay, uh,
yeah.
you know, okay. Let me just say this now. I'm actually a global voice. My
Mm.
intention is to is to make Jesus to be more famous through my music legislation.
Mm.
That's the whole idea. That's the vision that I have right now.
Mm.
Is to go out there, and minister to people, going around the world. So I don't want to limit myself. So the name praise. Sorry about that. So the name praise, I think it speaks to my vision right now, and yeah,
Mm.
and the passion that I have for God. So that's really my direction for now. In terms of taking my music ministration to another level. So like I said, it's a global voice. So yeah, yeah, so
Oh, I love
Sikhumbuzo
that.
Praise. I think anyone can relate to that name.
Yeah.
It's a. I don't want to say it's universal, so I think it's a name that anyone can actually understand,
Mm.
and can
Mhm.
relate to, praise. So it's really about praising God. It's really about worshiping God. It's really about going out
Not
there,
famous.
making Jesus to be more famous. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, very interesting. So you see yourself more as a praiser than a worshiper. Is that how you see yourself?
Yes, because yes, like I said, I think okay. Let me not. I don't want to expose myself, but yeah, I am. I'm not a worshiper, but I don't.
You're
I
not a
don't mind.
worshiper.
I listen to worship songs. And I
Yeah.
love worship. Worship is power. But for me, I think I see myself more of a like a praiser, like a I do praise, I do gospel, I do praise songs. I sing praise songs and I write praise songs. So I see
Mm.
myself as a, as a praiser. Yeah. Yeah,
So you are more comfortable in that space
in
of
that
being
space
a
exactly.
praiser. You
Yes.
flow more, you feel more like you are more of yourself when you are in that space
Praising God.
than
Exactly.
yeah.
Mhm. I think it's for
Oh,
me. It's natural, so I love that. I want to keep it that way. Yeah. But
mm,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see myself. Yeah, I love traditional gospel music. I love praise songs. Like I said, this is what I do. This is what I write. The type of gospel music that I write. It's traditional gospel music. It's one of those
okay.
South African praise
Mm,
songs. So
wow.
praise, it's everything to me right now. Yeah, and
Yeah.
worship, I don't mind. I listen to worship, guys. I listen to worship songs. I love worship. So it's not a nightmare. It's not like I feel so sad about it. No, I don't mind being called a worshiper. But yeah, for now, I think praise. It's like I said, it's everything right now at the moment.
Praise is more
Yeah,
appropriate for where
Ex-
you are now.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
let me stretch it further. Do you maybe see yourself or see your music growing towards worship, tapping into the worship space eventually?
Yeah.
As a
As a
praiser, as a praiser, do you eventually see yourself growing to that level where you become a worshiper eventually?
as a music minister or as a gospel artist or any music or any singer or musician, growth is very important. You have to grow as an artist. So
Mm.
and also as a songwriter, I'm not only a singer, I'm also a songwriter. So
Yes. Yes.
you need to be in a position where you're able to write any type of gospel music. Like I can write any type of gospel music. I can sing any type of gospel music. Like I do have worship songs. I do have worship songs that I've written. In fact, this I hope this does not sound like a contradiction, but I do
Mm.
have a worship song as we speak right now. It's going to come out anytime from now, and I'm excited about that. It's a
Oh,
worship song, and
okay.
and the nice thing about this song, I invited, I had four music ministers coming from all walks of life, and one of the
Mm.
guys from Nigeria, and then Uganda, and then Ghana, and also myself here in South Africa. So that's really one of my songs that I'm excited about. That's gonna come out. It's a worship
Wow.
song, so you know what I mean. So yeah,
So,
so
so you've
so you
you've
can
you've had different artists from other African countries. Is that what you're saying?
exactly, yes, that's what is happening
Wow.
right now. I actually, yeah, I'm
Very
actually Yeah, I'm actually
interesting.
excited about
Very
that. So yeah, so
interesting.
I spoke to one of my friends. They come on board. They're doing very well in other countries as well, where they come from.
Mm,
They are actually
mhm.
music ministers. That's what they do. They do music professionally. They do gospel music. So yeah, they came
Okay.
to my song. I wrote the song. So yeah, they're part of it. So it's gonna come out anytime soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't
So yeah,
wait.
I mean,
You
it's
must
gonna be a
bring
big
it from
question.
here. You must bring it here so that we can also play it on
I,
Africa USA Radio. You know, we are an international station as well. You
I
know,
know, I
we are
know.
a
That's
global
why.
station.
That's why
So
I'm
that's why
here.
I'm saying you are not here. God was actually,
I'm
ordering your
excited.
steps, directing you to become part of this, to come here because
Mm,
you are such a perfect fit for
thank you
what
so
Africa
much.
USA Radio is looking for and is
Thank you
is
so much.
promoting as well. I just
Exactly.
love uh, the different path that you've taken as far as your
Mm,
career is concerned and as far as your sound is concerned, from what you just even mentioned, that there is a
mm.
song that you've written which incorporates other artists from other countries.
It's
Wow.
very
To
important. It's very
me,
important.
it's like a wow to me,
I'm excited.
really.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because
Thank you,
it's
Naomi.
something that
Yeah.
you rarely see most artists, especially South African artists, do, where they will
No.
feature other, other artists from our African countries or
Come.
other. Yeah. So I love that move that you have made, and I pray that it sets a new tone and a new trend that
Mm,
God will use to start embracing other artists from other countries so that we don't just become national, but we
Yeah,
become global,
true.
man.
Global,
We become global.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
And
I think it's about time, really. It's about time. I don't. I've seen other genres. I'm not gonna talk about those genres. But what is so
Mhm.
exciting about this whole thing is that now, uh, you see musicians from other countries, working together. Creating
Yeah.
something beautiful, which is very important. Like if let's talk about secular music. You've seen
Mm.
some of the guys really, working with
True,
international
true,
gospel
true.
singers, whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean. Like coming back home, we have Kaya Sibanyoni. You know,
Mm.
uh,
Mm. Mm.
and he
Mm.
was featured on this other song by Progress Effiong from Nigeria,
Mm.
and also we had
Right.
Umabonge Mabaso as well, and
Mm. Mm.
she was featured if I go Enkai, you know what I mean.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
so it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful, and you
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
guys like Sinachi and other guys really,
I love that. I
doing
just love
collaboration with
that.
Adam with other artists as well. It's very
Yeah.
important, you know what I mean. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so we look up to those guys. We need to learn. We need to grow. We need to expand. And
Mm.
I was telling the reason why I'm very passionate about it. Why I work with these guys. I believe there's so much that we can learn from one
Learn,
another.
learn. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean.
True.
So
True.
and
I
it's
believe
yeah.
that. I share the same sentiments. Actually, I do believe that.
Yeah,
Because the only way you can grow is if you see what other people are doing who are
say
not in your space or who are not like you.
exactly,
People
exactly,
who are
and
not like you, they
so
stretch your growth, they stretch
yeah,
you to the next level. But if you are just
exactly.
comfortable with what you know, who you know,
Yeah,
you won't
exactly.
grow
You're not
deep,
gonna grow. You're not gonna grow.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
also we're creating music for the world. You're not creating the music for the South Africans. You're not
Mm.
creating the music for the only for the Africans. We're creating the music for the world. God is
Yeah.
for everyone. You know what I mean?
God is
Gospel
God.
is for everyone. It's good news. So people they
Mm.
need to hear, the gospel. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
also,
Mm.
yeah, I think it's about time that we share our struggles and successes and the passion and our creativity as well as music
Mm.
ministers. Like we said, there's so
True.
much that you learn, in
Mm.
the process. You know what I mean? So it has been amazing for me, and I'm excited about that. As we speak currently, I'm also doing a music collaboration, with one of the lady from Spain. I
Mm.
actually did a song with her, so I'm a featured artist. So it's gonna come out anytime soon. So God has been opening doors in
Ah.
other places for me, and I'm truly grateful. I'm a newcomer, I'm a newcomer.
How did you get to connect with these people? How did it I mean, I'm just wondering as
But
you
God has
speak,
been opening,
you
you
started with
know.
Nigeria, now it's Spain. You're connecting with all these people globally, and I'm wondering, how do you meet these people? How do you get connected with them like that?
Our God is able. I don't know. I can't explain it, but that God is really doing amazing things in my life.
Yeah. Mm.
Musically, yeah, like having these guys, coming from all walks of life,
Mm.
having to work with them, and also for them, just for them being part of my project, you know what I mean? That is, and I'm so humble about that, and I take pride, and thank God for everything, and I'm truly, truly grateful,
Mm.
for everything. So yeah, these are lovely guys, we love God, we love what we do, music. And gospel music to be specific, yeah, it's
Mm.
really about working together, one love, one Africa, one God, yeah, yeah, it's
Mm.
it's really about
So
that. So yeah,
have they always been people that you've known, or there are people who just came, you know, across,
uh, no, I'm
across?
gonna be yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you for the first time publicly. I've never
Mm.
met some of these guys. I've never met these guys. I've never been to
Listen to
Nigeria. I've never been to Ghana. I've never been to Uganda. But I'm actually part of these platforms like on WhatsApp, on Skype, whatever. You know what I mean? But I've never, meet one of these guys. Technology is amazing these days.
technology
So
is
yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
it's amazing. So we speak on WhatsApp, and I've known these guys for some time now. I've known some of these guys for like more than a year.
Mm.
After some of the guys I've known them for like 2 years, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about music. Yeah, so it started
mm,
as us being friends, whatever, talking about God and everything. So yeah, our relationship has grown, is growing, and we
mm,
growing as
mm,
well. So yeah, so it's
mm.
about time now, you know, to do what you
I
love
believe
and create something.
I believe it's a new thing that God is doing in this season.
Thank you so
God is
much. Yeah.
connecting artists from different spaces, from different
Yes.
environments using technology. I'm a living witness of that. I just also
Okay.
recorded a single this year, earlier this
Wow.
year, with a
Celebrating.
lady. Yeah, yes,
What
with
grace?
a lady whom I have not met.
Yes, it's
Yes,
amazing. Huh? It is doable. God, oh God,
yes.
it is
It's
doable these
amazing how
days.
what
Yeah.
technology can do,
With
and
technology these days,
anything is
yeah,
possible.
anything is
Anything is
possible.
possible. Yeah. So
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
just excited.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm just grateful for what God is doing in this season, how God is
Mm,
taking the music ministry to the next level
mm,
in terms of growth,
mm,
in terms of
exactly.
connections, in terms
Mm,
of
mm,
networking, to
yeah.
ensure that He prepares us
Yes.
even
Exactly.
for this
Yes.
end times. You know,
Exactly.
we are
Yes.
living in the end times, and I believe that
Mm,
I
yeah.
always tell people that when we get to heaven, we are
Yes.
going to be it's going to be this big platform where all nations, every ethnicity will be there, will be
Yes.
together worshiping God together. So
Mm,
God is
mm, mm.
preparing us
Love that.
actually for that,
Exactly.
now,
Exactly.
right now. He's
Exactly.
actually preparing us for the end, for when
Mm,
he's going to take the church, and when we are all going to be in heaven together, where there will
mm.
not be limitations or boundaries of language and all that, but we'll be able to connect spirit to
Exactly.
spirit together, through our
Exactly.
music. And it's just an
Exactly.
exciting time to live in right now. So
Exactly.
tell
And
me
it's
about,
really amazing. Mhm.
yeah, it's totally amazing. It's totally, and I'm fascinated by the fact that you've you've caught it,
Thank
you've
you.
caught
Thank you
the
so much.
revelation of what God is doing right now in this
Thank you
season,
so much. Thank you so
and
much.
I believe that there's so much that's going to come out of this. There's
Thank you
just
so
a
much.
new breed of artists and new breed of sound that is actually
Mm.
going to come out of this, because we need a fresh sound, man. We
Exactly.
need
It's about time.
a new sound,
It's about
really. Yeah,
time. It's
yeah.
about
It's
time.
about
You,
time, and
and what is nice, I think like you said, I think it's gonna be so refreshing. It's about time right now.
yeah,
I think we
yeah.
need, it's good that we need to pray for such opportunities, for these
Mm, mm,
relationships. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm, mhm.
And yeah, and it's very important, and to be prepared for such
True,
opportunities as
true,
well.
true.
So I trusted God with everything. I don't wanna lie to you. It has been a
Mm,
long journey, but God's timing is always on point. It's always on. You know what I
mm,
mean?
mm,
So I
mm.
waited for this opportunity, and yeah. So God is doing it. God is at work. Right now in the
Yeah,
season, like you said. And what is nice about everything is that the South African music industry, it's actually growing right now. Even the
true,
African music industry, the gospel
true
music
that.
industry,
True,
we're
true.
growing right now. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So yeah, so we need
mm,
to embrace these changes.
mm, mm,
And it's
mm,
about
mm,
time that
mm.
we take what we do very seriously. You know what I mean? We take
Yeah,
it to another
yeah,
level. We nurture it. We need to nurture this talent. You know what
sure,
I mean? We need to
sure.
groom it. We need to find the right. I mean, I had to pray to God. I was very specific. I prayed to God for the right people. I said, God, can you just reveal the right people in my
Mm,
life? You know what I
love that.
mean?
Love
And that
that.
was my prayer. So yeah, I've just been praying about this for some time, and our God, He delivers. He
He's
keeps His
faithful.
promises.
He's
So
faithful.
this is the right time, and the one is really, really
Mm,
truly grateful. But like I said, it's something that I actually prayed about for some time. So yeah, and
mm,
I've just been preparing myself for these opportunities, and
mm, mm.
I'm truly grateful. Yeah, for
Yeah.
just taking my music to another level. I mean that is so That is very important to me. That is, I'm excited about it. That is very imperative and very significant
Mhm.
for me, moving forward. So yeah, one is learning. We're still learning, the journey,
Yeah,
it's a long journey, but we're still
long,
learning.
yeah.
We're still learning.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
so one is truly,
But
truly grateful.
how has your experience been working with these artists from other African countries? Let me say globally. How has your experience been working with artists from different countries who God has brought into your space? How has it contributed to you? And man, how what have been the highlights that you've taken home
Yeah.
with, out of this experience?
Mm. Yeah, it's I'm still overwhelmed, about
Mm,
everything right now, and it has been amazing. Really, it has been an interesting journey. Uh,
mm,
you know, uh, like I said, I'm here. I'm based in South Africa. You know that. These guys are all over the
mm.
place, but we're able to, make things which is Zenza. So I'm truly grateful for that. We're able to make everything, to work. So yeah, it has been an interesting journey. I had to learn, and moving things around. You know what I mean? I had to go and
Mm,
record stuff, and you know what I mean. So yeah, there was a process, and I'm truly grateful for that process. So yeah, one has been learning and growing, and yeah, we're all excited. We share the same sentiment. Everybody's excited. We just cannot wait. For this song to come out, we just cannot wait
mm,
for the world to witness what has been created, what has been done. You know what I mean? Done by
mm.
Africans. You know what I mean? Creating something for the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're just excited, and like I said, yeah, I can't explain this in one word or in words. For me, I'm over the moon. I'm excited, and I'm
Mm.
yeah. I know God is gonna do amazing things with this. So it is because it's really about God more than anything else. It's not about us. It's not about being famous. It's not about our fame. It's really about God. Make sure the
Mm,
Utabandu they
mm,
do get the message. Yeah, that's what I'm all about. That I'm really about
mm.
making sure that we are our mandate is to win souls. We are there to win souls.
Yeah.
That's really my passion and my calling right now. I just want to go there and encourage people to you know uh, to have a relationship with God, because it's very
Mm,
important. It's good to have. It's very important to have that relationship with God. Yeah, as
so,
music
so,
ministers as well. We need, yeah. So it's very important for me. I take my spiritual development very seriously. I take
so,
my faith very seriously. It's very personal to me. You know what I mean? It's a personal thing to me, because I'm just looking at my life and what God has done in my life. Yeah.
mm,
So God is amazing. Yeah. So
mm.
salvation is very personal, and it's I'm here today. It's all by God's grace. Yeah.
God's
So
grace.
yeah,
True,
yeah.
true.
So I'm truly
Yeah.
grateful for that. Yeah.
I'm also interested in you sharing about any challenges that maybe you've come across during the process of the recording, since you were recording from different places, not in one studio, the other was there and you were here.
Oh,
I'm wondering how the process went, any challenges that you would like to share, on that.
you know, we rely on technology, like I said. I
Mm,
remember like earlier this morning I had to send out files, to one of my music producers in Nigeria.
yeah,
Things like that. Sometimes technology will let you down, right? So I had to
sure.
send the files, the web files to him, because it's putting
Mm,
everything together. So also the funding, as recording recording a song, you need to have money, with limited resources. You don't have a funding sometimes, the way
mm.
those challenges as well. So yeah, uh, but it's gonna work out. But
Yeah.
the way
Yeah,
challenges.
if God is in it, nothing will be impossible. Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll
Exactly.
make it work. He will he
Thank you so
will
much.
Yeah, in spite of the
um,
challenges that we
thank you
go
so
through, I
much.
believe God always has a way. He makes a
because
way where there seems to be no way.
you know,
And
like Naomi recording it like a one song, the song that I just spoke to
mm,
you about, you are holy.
mm,
It took us like 3 months to put everything together.
yeah,
Because
3
like I
months.
said, yes,
Sure.
3 months. Because we had to
Mm,
learn the song. The guys were busy. I had to work around their schedule and everything. And wait for the right time.
mm,
So that was the
mm.
process. You know what I mean? So yeah, and also working with different producers as well. You know what I mean? And
I want you to tell us
yeah.
more about that song. You are holy. Take us through the process of that song, the recording. Who did you work with, and how did you put everything together to come out as beautiful as it did?
Okay. Obviously, I had to write the song.
Yeah, yeah.
Writing
As a
process, putting everything
songwriter, yeah.
together.
Mm,
And also, I had to identify which producers I want to work with. You know, and also, I wanted to create a song for everyone. Like so I had to identify the type of artist, the kind of
mm,
artist that I want to work with, the producers, and then yeah, of which I did, and then I had to approach them and everything. You know what I mean? Like meetings and everything,
mm,
have Skype
mhm,
meetings, Zoom meetings, whatever,
mm,
all those things. Because I had to, yes, we did actually have meetings. Explaining to them about the whole idea and everything, and yeah,
mm,
and also the music ministers, the gospel singers that I had to approach. Uh, like I said, I've known this guy for some time, so it
yeah.
wasn't that complicated to approach them.
Mm, mm,
So yeah, so they loved the song, and then we had to find studios, to
mm,
record these songs. I had to record mine here in South Africa. They had to record their parts in different countries where they belong to, where they come from.
mm,
So that has been a process, yeah. And then yeah, so now we putting the song together, like I said, and the
mm,
outcome has been amazing. Has been very positive from everyone, really. Yeah. So
mm.
we just getting ready for the song to come out. I think I've shared a snippet for the
Yeah,
song with you on your WhatsApp line. So
right,
yeah, that's
right.
one of the snippets of the song "You Are Holy." So yeah,
Mm,
so it's amazing, really. I think it's so refreshing. It's so different. It's actually very
it
nice just having
is.
guys, as African, doing something, you know,
Together,
something nice,
together. I just
together,
love
and
it.
the
Yeah.
spirit of togetherness. You know what
Bringing
I
that
mean? And
unity.
and also we want to create something that is going to be so refreshing and very you and very unique and very different and very you as well
Mm,
in this space.
yeah,
Yeah. Also, it has to be so relevant. So that's where we are right now. So it has been it has been a long journey, but yeah,
mm,
but the outcome now, it's one is feeling
mm,
very positive about the
positive.
outcome, and we just can't wait to hear the
Mm.
final product. Yeah, for the song to
So,
come
so
out.
not only did you work with artists, right? You also worked with
Yes,
producers
yes,
from
producers, exactly.
other
Yeah,
countries. Yeah.
exactly. Like one of my songs, Ungege, of which is
Mm,
a South African praise song. Ungege, I worked with this Grand Prince, is based
mm,
in Nigeria. He's one of those well-respected music producers in Nigeria. So I worked with him.
mm,
And then for another song, which is Suyala Lela, I worked with one of our music producers here in South Africa, by the name of Kwaku.
okay.
Is an amazing music producer. So it's good that now, you also, come back home and work with the right people at the right time. So yeah,
Yeah,
it has been
yeah. God
amazing.
is
So it's actually,
amazing. It's just
yeah,
amazing.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that God is opening doors, and
Mm,
yeah, it's good that God is opening doors, and it's also you learn as an artist, you grow as an artist, just working with different personalities, you know.
mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm,
so it's
mm.
and I'm also grateful that I was able to work with people. uh, they love what they do. They respect
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
take what they do very seriously, professionally. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure.
So respect is very important. Just respecting everyone and respecting the work that or services that you offer. So it has been
Mm.
it has been amazing just working with everyone, really, music producers, and also the artists themselves as well. We just love each other. We just love each other. We respect one
Mm,
another.
mm,
It's all
mm.
about empowering, one another. We want to grow, together. You know what I mean? Because
Yes,
the spirit of individualism.
it doesn't
We
work.
are gospel
Mm,
singers, and you doing
mm.
this, and someone is doing
Yeah,
that, is doing that, is doing
yeah.
something else, is
Hey.
doing that, in that corner. It doesn't work.
Mm,
There's
mm,
power in unity. There's power in
mm,
unity.
mm,
There's
mm,
so much
mm.
that we can achieve together
Okay,
if we work together.
okay.
And we trust God with everything, with the plans that we have. We trust God with our
Mm,
plans, and
mm.
we invite God. We also, I think God's intervention is very important.
Very
It's so beautiful because it's not really about music right now. We are like brothers. We're like family now. You know what I mean? You know, we
sure,
we we
sure, sure.
we help one another. So that's where we are right
Yeah.
now. I'm also keen to be part of their projects. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure they're actually working on something right now as we speak. So I wouldn't mind being part of that project, being part of those projects. You know what I mean? Because like it's all about
Mm,
two-sided relationship. It's all about helping one another to grow, pushing our
mm,
music
mm.
ministration, and also having these relationships. I wouldn't mind being in Nigeria. I wouldn't mind, taking my work to Nigeria, taking my work to Spain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to Argentina, whatever. Why not? You know what I mean?
Why
So
not? Why
so
not?
that's
Why
really
not?
my vision right now.
Yeah.
And also you have to start home as well.
You
So
do.
and the challenge,
Yes.
the challenge. I think the challenge is right now. If you are not known as an artist, so
Mm.
you have to work hard. So I'm doing the hard work right now. I'm really doing the hard work. I need to
Yeah, you're
get my name
pushing,
out
man.
there,
You're pushing.
so
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. It's not easy,
Mm,
but if you are passionate about it, you love what you do, and you
mm,
trust in God,
mm.
you trust your products as well,
Yeah.
and then
Mm,
like I said, I think this is the right time right now to be more aggressive, to be more intentional, and push harder. So also it's good to have people around you, who are going to inspire you. You know what I mean? So we
mm.
inspire one another. You know what I mean? We push one another. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's where we are right now. So yeah, it's
Wow,
good.
this
It's
is
exciting.
absolutely
It's
absolutely
exciting.
amazing. So, do you have any plans, like any plans underway with this artist that you've been working with? Projects that I know there's a global worship experience
Yes,
that's
yeah.
coming up
Oh,
very soon. I love that. When I saw that post, I'm like, huh,
yeah.
it caught my attention. I was like,
Thank
global
you. Oh yes.
worship
I
experience.
forgotten about that.
Ah, before, we don't have much time left, but in this few minutes, tell us about the global worship experience that is coming up soon, and tell us the
Okay.
dates, how people can be part of it, how can they engage, and be part of this experience, because we
Mm.
want to be part of it. So
Please.
we want
We
to
are.
know what's
Thank
going
you.
on.
Thank you
Tell us
so
about
much. I'm actually one of the music ministers who have been invited to be part of this
it. Mm,
global worship, happening
yeah.
in Australia. So it's gonna happen on the 1st of October. It's
Mm,
gonna be live on Facebook, also on YouTube.
sure.
So yeah. So they just have so they, like I said, they've just invited all music ministers coming from Brazil, Canada, Australia, everywhere. So I'm one of the guys here in South
Mm.
Africa. So I'm excited. I'm preparing for
Yeah.
that as we speak
You
right
you're
now.
gonna be
Yeah.
representing us, man, on a global
Thank
platform.
you. It's gonna
Wow,
be
I'm so proud
amazing.
of
So
you.
yeah,
Oh,
we thank God for
mm,
those opportunities. So I'm excited.
yeah,
I'm working on it. That's what I'm busy with right now, preparing for the concerts. Yeah. So it's gonna be
yeah.
live. So I encourage everyone to tune in. It's yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be
Okay.
amazing. It's really about
Yeah.
worship, music, and about
So
worship.
where should they log in if people want to be part of this global worship experience? Where should they log in? How can they? You're not sure. Okay, no, it's fine. We can get the information
On
afterwards, and then
Facebook,
on our,
please.
yeah, on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and even on Africa USA Radio Facebook
Oh,
page.
thank you. Thank you
I'll
so much. Thank you
definitely
so
do
much.
that because
Thank,
you are
thank
doing
you
what
so
is
much.
relevant. You are doing what speaks to us. you
Thank
know.
you so much, Naomi. Thank you so
And
much.
since you're doing
Thank
what
you so
speaks
much,
to
my
us,
guys.
we'll definitely market and promote it. I'll talk to my
Please,
boss about it and say, you know what,
please.
this really speaks to us. And since we're a global
Mhm.
platform, why
Mhm.
not, push
Yes,
it so that
please.
people can have an opportunity also to have
Yeah.
this experience.
Thank you
And
so much.
lastly, you have two singles, right? You have
Yes, yeah,
two
I have two singles.
recorded
Yeah,
singles.
Uche Selalela, Uche
Mm,
Selalela. That's the first one I released, and then the second one, which is my recent one, it's called Geg. I'll never
okay.
give up on. I'll never give up on God. I'll never.
Mm,
Yeah. So it's really about that. Yes, those are South African uh praise songs. Yeah, and then
mm,
like I said, though you are holy, it's coming out. So it's
okay.
one of my worship songs. Yeah, that's gonna be
Mhm.
coming out. So yeah, yeah. So yeah,
So are
anytime
your
soon.
singles on in all digital platforms? So how can people get hold of those
Okay,
singles?
they can find it. They can find my music on Spotify.
Okay.
Sikhumbuzo Praise. They can also
Mm,
find my music on Audio Mac. Yes, yeah. So it's available there. So everybody can just
mm.
go on Spotify and Audio Mac. Yeah, on iTunes, everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, on Spotify
Okay.
it is available. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Kumbuzo. It's been such a great pleasure chatting with you. And I believe and trust that this is not going to be the last time we
Yes,
chat
yeah.
on
This is
this
this is
platform.
this is this is
Yeah.
home now.
Yeah.
Thank you
No,
so
we're
much.
adopting you as one of the Africa USA radio partners now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you
because
so much. Can
because
I
you are
can I
global, you see.
Yeah.
You speak to
Thank you so
us. So
thank you
I'm
so
I'm
much,
looking
Naomi.
forward to taking a journey with you and seeing what God is doing in your life, and where we as Africa USA Radio can come in and see how we can,
Wow.
help you promote what God is doing. So all the best with Global
Thank you.
Worship Experience. We'll be
Thank you so
watching,
much.
and
Thank you
we'll
so much.
be also tagging others to see you
Please.
as will be representing us.
Thank you so much. Can I also say thank you to you, Naomi? I say thank you to Africa USA for the opportunity. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for this interview. You know what I mean? And I thank you guys. Yeah, thank you so much from the
Thank
bottom
you
of
so
my heart.
much.
Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
And stay
Thank
blessed,
you.
eh?
Thank
Stay
you so
blessed.
much.
Thank
Same to
you.
you as well. Thanks.
Well, that's where we will leave it with our interview with none other than Sikhumbuzo Praise. What a great interview indeed. I just love, love, love to see our brothers expanding their ministries, beyond our country, South Africa, and taking it globally. So let's support him. There will be this big, 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 big experience that will be happening, the worship experience, the global worship experience, which will be also telling you more about it in terms of how you can log in and how you can also support everything that will be happening there. So until next time, this is me, Naomi Wesi, saying, may the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you, may He cause His face to shine upon you and give you peace. Till we meet again, same time, same place, right here on Africa USA Radio. Shalom.